There are thousands of young people in Wales growing up without a home. It's not an easy life. And we should know because we are some of them. This is our film, telling it like it is. No actors, no presenters, just us and our stories. You won't see all our faces either, because some people really do give us a hard time.
Me and my mum had problems for years, like we was going through mediation but it just weren't working at the time, and it's just loads of stuff happened really. Like I've been with my boyfriend like nearly 5 months and I had a miscarriage, and then that led to me staying out all the time, and my mum just got fed up with me not being there really, so she asked me to leave.
Well, I started taking drugs and started getting really dependent on drugs. I wanted it every day, and I started stealing off my mum, stealing off my little sister and stuff. Just stealing off everyone really to try and get drugs all the time, and started getting really aggressive, smashing up my house and all. I went with my mum before and so I got kicked out for it.
I was always hanging around with people like twice my age, and I was like constantly going missing. I mean, I ran away. It's like an abandoned factory in Cwmbran called the Perios factory, and I went missing in there for 2 weeks. I stayed there for 2 weeks with this man, and just done loads of stupid things, and I just drove my mum to a breakdown. My dad couldn't cope. I mean, my dad's an alcoholic, and he's and I just made everything worse. So my mum just couldn't cope with me no more, and then I eventually got kicked out at 14, and then I was sofa surfing.
When the young person comes to us, we usually find that at the lowest point of their life, they feel like nobody has got a care in the world for them. To actually find that they're homeless, they've got nowhere else to go, can be a pretty low time.
They're referred to us by Torfaen County Borough Council. They deem whether they're priority status, which is a necessity to actually enter the building to be resettled. We work with care leavers, relationship breakdowns, parental homes, prison leavers, child protection, domestic violence. The criteria covers everything.
My journey here is, I lived with quite a lot of people. I lived with my nan, I lived with my mum, I lived with my dad, but I didn't get on with my nan. Me and my nan argued and stuff because of my behaviour, and I stole from my dad and my mum, so that's why I'm in here. But I've learnt now that it's wrong, and I'd never do it again, not even think about it.
I actually had a tenancy about 7 months ago, gave it up when I split up with my partner, moved back with my parents. They decided to kick me out after Christmas, and I ended up back here. There was a huge argument over Christmas between me and my eldest brother, and he told my mum to choose between Kirsty or your grandkids. So they chose their grandkids and kicked me out. So, it's one of those things in life. It's not the first time they've kicked me out, won't be the last probably. I went into foster care when I was 13 maybe, and because my mum picked my husband, her husband over me, and it was just we never used to get along, and he gave her an ultimatum. It was it's me or Ella, and she picked him, and then I went into foster care, and then I never spoke or seen her for a year, and then when we got back in contact, we was making my way back home. I was gonna go back home, and then every time I went to stay, he started kicking off at me and all, so I stopped going there. And then she stopped me from seeing my little sister, and my little sister's my world mind. I can't live without her. I always gotta speak to her on the phone. It's quite hard.
There's a massive prejudice against young people within this scheme, you know. And to be honest with you, I get quite annoyed, especially when it's from professionals. You know, we've had prejudice from the local neighbours because not on my doorstep scenario, not recognising that these are Torfaen young people. They've got every right to live within Torfaen, and I'm not really seeing the real stories behind it. We've had these young people have had enough of it, people as it is, being kicked out of their family home, and they've actually said, well, I should be entitled to live there until I'm at least an adult, which is 18. They've been kicked out from their family home, and then they might have to move sort of 6 or 7 miles away from where they grew up with all their networks.
I moved from Newport here to Pontypool, Solas, and I had trouble fitting in school and stuff. And I didn't go to school then, and when I lived in Newport I was on weed, obviously, flat out. And then I started going downhill, I started stealing from my mum and stealing from other people and stuff like that, and just to feed my habit, and it was going on for like a year, and it just kept building up, and there was more stuff. I was nicking like Nintendo Wii, my mum's phones and stuff, and then I got arrested then on the 7th of June, my brother's birthday. Got arrested, I got released then. Went down my auntie prescribed me with diazes to help me sleep and stuff. Went back home and bought more drugs. Then got arrested again on the 10th of June. And then that's when my mum said I couldn't stay at home.
I fell out with my mum. I'll say fell out with my mum, I fell out with my mum's boyfriend it's coming up nearly 2 years now. I moved out from my mum's house, moved in with my best mate it was. And then things didn't go right there. I didn't run away, but I sort of run away from all my problems up here, and I went to live with a couple of my family members in Kent. And then I come back, I live with my dad, and things just got worse. I got into drugs. I got addicted to me. I was on that for like 6 months, flat out every day of the week. And just didn't pay rent, got kicked out. Then I had no money, nowhere to live.
I moved in with my boyfriend when I was 15, had a baby. She lives with her grandparents now, but I tried to move in back with my mum and dad, and it was just too many arguments, and then they kicked me out. And I broke up with my boyfriend so I could live with him, so I moved in here.
Okay, we're not all angels, but we've had more crap in our lives than most people have in a lifetime.
And try and make it a positive experience as we possibly can. Try and make them feel as welcome as we can.
When I come in here, I thought a bit under pressure, I would have been one of those people that would just sat in my room if no one spoke to me. I would have just been on my own every day, doing nothing, but
I was terrified. I sat in my room for like 5 days on my own, with nothing to do, just watching telly. I left my room twice just to go downtown, come straight back, and then 2 of the girls knocked on my door, asked me if I wanted to go to theirs, and from then I just started making friends.
Miss my mum and all that. It's horrible, living on your own. You don't realise why you've can't even think. You don't realise what you've lost until you're in here.
I miss living at home, but I didn't have a choice really, did I? I feel happy here because it's better than staying on the streets or staying there with my cousins, sleeping on the sofa. Because I got my own room. It's made me and my mum become closer.
Yeah, I feel lonely sometimes, like there's days when I'm down and just in my room, but you gotta bring yourself back up, haven't you?
My boyfriend comes down, and when he goes, I just get really emotional because like I'm here on my own.
Yeah, it's quite lonely in here, especially when you haven't got like your family and stuff. Yeah.
It's happy because you have friends all the time, doesn't matter. No matter what day or night, you can always just give someone a knock on the door because you're guaranteed that someone is awake. Or if not, you can just talk to staff from reception.
I was a bit, like when I first moved in, I wasn't really like talkative. I didn't really want to talk to anyone about it. And you know, I just started like smoking weed all the time just to like fill that, you know. And then everything started coming out because I just couldn't cope no more. My head was going and I just like didn't know what to do.
We're all different and we all have different ways of coping.
I'm not going to deny it, I do smoke green, like, but I don't smoke it as much as I used to at all. I might maybe smoke once or twice a week, and I used to be on it every day of the week without fail. Like.
I don't know, it's just the days they get so boring, it's just something to do, like, and I think I'm gonna stop when I get my flat though, sort out my flat, because I really want to make something of myself when I get my flat, so.
You come in here thinking, oh, I don't want to be pressurised into this, that and the other, but it's really not that bad. Like, obviously people do their own thing here, but it's not like they're like, oh yeah, try this, try this.
I was literally on the verge of getting kicked out all the time. I weren't paying my rent, I was spending all my money on weed, you know what I mean? I was just being stupid with it. I really didn't care about if I was going to end up homeless or not. I wasn't thinking at all. And then, you know, I literally had 2 days to pay my rent, and then I actually thought, whoa, where am I going to go? Do you know what I mean? Like, my mum will not have me back there, I've got nowhere to go. And no one would want me because I was just, you know, so irresponsible. No one wanted me.
Try not to get involved in drugs, like. I know not all people do, and some people do get involved and some people don't, like.
So I lent money off my mum, paid my rent, and then that's when it started, like, you know, and then I started sorting my life out. I quit smoking weed, I still don't smoke weed now, you know, I don't do anything. And yeah, I started paying my rent, I started buying food healthy, do you know what I mean? I started eating healthy.
I feel like better now because when I lived with my mum I was depressed, like, you know what I mean? Going down the wrong road, but since I moved in here, you know, I got staff which help me and stuff, it's make me feel better.
You have like 3 warnings for different things that you have. 3 warnings for drugs, 3 warnings for like bullying or something, and then you get 3 warnings for just like disrupting people or not, I don't know, something like that. And you get 3 warnings and then you get kicked out.
They generally need support with everyday living skills, usually because at such a tender age, really, they probably haven't ever had to, you know, fend for themselves in regards to cooking, cleaning, doing their own washing, sorting the colours out from the whites, all the practical things that you can think of. We just assume that everybody's naturally got that skill.
Yeah, the staff are really good in here. Like, if you need support with the job centre, careers, they do everything for you. They make appointments for you. They wake you up in the mornings. They're amazing.
They help you with anything you need help with. You just ask them and they help you as much as they can, really.
If I need someone to talk to, like, I know I can go to some of the staff, which is a good thing, like, and they help me sort out my money and stuff, help me get into training. In most places, like most hostels and stuff, they don't do that, do they?
The relationship you have is, you know, you're friendly, being our friends. You try to be a positive role model. Try to offer them, you know, sound advice and guidance. We're always making sure that they feel that you're somebody they can come to, confide in you, you know, and seek out support.
They ask you, like, if you're alright, if you're ill in bed, like me Sunday on my birthday, you know, I was in bed all day, and they would pop in and see if I was alright. They check on you and stuff, and they don't just leave you and ignore you. They do really help you loads, and they help you with job searches, they help you with careers appointments, job centre appointments, and loads of other stuff.
When they talk to you at your level, they don't talk down to you at all. Like, they're like a friend more than key workers or staff members.
We can't take all the credit for, the work that we do with these young people. It's very much a multi-agency approach, and I think that's really good, because the best outcome from the young person is that all the agencies work together to provide the best opportunity for them, really.
We also support the young people in other ways. If they want to do any other projects, then they just express their interest to us, and we do our best to give them what they ask for. They expressed an interest in a film project, and here we are making the film today. We give them the opportunity to go to Blaenavon Open Doors, which is a project, a drop-in project with multi-agencies. We also do the Baby Think It Over project in Hales House, and people really respond well to it, really enjoying it at the minute. And yeah, hopefully get some qualifications out of it.
Getting qualifications and training is really important to us.
I'm starting at the Neon in Blaenavon, and I'm going away to a residential next month to get my level 2 OCN in junior youth leadership.
Like work-based training to be a secretary.
And then when I come back in April, I'm going on another one to get my level 3.
I want to be a midwife. It just seems to get further and further away every time I move closer to it.
And then I'm doing all the hours at the Neon, so I can hopefully go into uni next year.
I go to ITEC at the moment. I'm there 3 days a week, and they've got me a placement in a nursery.
I would love to join the army. I've wanted to join the army ever since I was little.
I wanted to be an RAF fighter pilot, I did. That was my ambition in life when I was in school. And then I found out then I was colourblind. So obviously that put that on a stop. And I wanted to be an electrician. Obviously being colourblind, I stopped that.
I want to do something to do with retail, or working with people, or working with young people.
I want to be a self-employed plumber.
I was straplined believing in people, and when I've gone and I've sort of given talks at conferences and things like that, and they ask about statistics and move on and things like that, and I always say our success is measured by seeing the young people achieve their dreams and ambitions.
Hopefully getting my own place, settling down, hopefully get off the drugs, start trading, get a new job, and get a lot closer with my mum, and just live my life then, really.
I don't look to the future, I just take one day at a time. I learned my mistakes from thinking when I'm older I'm going to do this and that, and it's just it's no point, because when I was little I used to think I was going to live with my mum forever, and my mum's my life, and now it's just no, you're not. So I take one step at a time, and whatever's thrown at me is thrown at me, I suppose. My future is to see my sister. That's all I concentrate on. I don't concentrate on anything else. Don't concentrate on if I'm gonna get kicked out of the hostel or anything going on. My sister's my priority, and that's the way it is.
Me and my mum are going for family mediation at the moment, so I either go home or get my own place.
Be settled in my own flat, hopefully back to college, if not in a job.
Hopefully stable and get my own work in, to work on in life, not to be on the dole for the rest of my life or income support. Just want to get on and prove everyone wrong. Everyone that thinks, you've moved into a hostel, you've done wrong, your family don't care about you, so you've moved into a hostel. Then you just got to put your middle fingers up to them and think, you know what, I've come so far from when everyone known about me when I was younger, so, I don't care.
Back home with my mum, got a good job, earning money. So meet some new friends that don't take drugs,
It inspires me no end to see the journey that the young people have travelled, and how they come out glowing in the end. And yeah, they're just young people that are amazing. They're an inspiration, and yeah, just brilliant. Makes me quite emotional of some of their stories, but they get there in the end.
It's two-way. Hopefully they get as much out of us as we do from them. You have your days where they just fill you full of enthusiasm, energy. They do make me feel a bit younger at times. And they have other days and they make me feel like an old man. So I can't keep up with that.
I was a teenager and at 16 I was an absolute nightmare, and I ran away from home and I made myself homeless, and I scraped through, and there were different opportunities for us then because you could walk from one job to another, so you had money behind you to maybe put a bond down on the flat and things. But yeah, when they come back, it's fantastic. The fact that they've even just thought of us to come back. I mean, we had one young lady that had left us, and 2 years later when she went into labour and gave birth to her first son, we were one of the first people that she phoned. And it's to think that she even thought of us when she was experiencing that. It's like a goosebumps.
We're moving out tomorrow. It's so exciting.
No matter what their stay was like, once they were with us, they come back and they say, I loved it while I was here, or I didn't like this bit, but I really like this.
I was like really upset the other day. I was like, I can't believe I'm moving out, but at the end of the day, it's the end of an era. Yeah.
This is the first place in my life I ever felt stable. It's the first place. I'm in my flat now. I've been there 6 months and I miss this place like mad. I miss my old room. I miss everything. I miss the constant support. Because where I had insomnia, I just wasn't sleeping, and I'd just go to staff at 7 o'clock in the morning. I had no sleep, and I'd sit there and just cry my eyes out. I really, really do miss this place. Mad. This is the first home I've ever had. Home, the first place I know I'm welcome into. So it is hard coming back here. I mean, I miss this place so much. When you leave, you think it's all going to be amazing, but you haven't got the support that you had in here. You don't realise what you had in here till you leave. You don't realise it the slightest. You got so much opportunity in here. They always try and put you on the right path, staff. They always try and get you in training. They take you on trips. They'll always sort you out. They'll never see you starve or anything. And then you go into your own flat and it's you'll have days and you'll have nothing. You'll have no food, no fags, nothing. And you just sit there and you're so depressed, do you know what I mean? And no one can help you. And that's it then, do you know what I mean? That's just it.
Yeah, if I say I'm living in a hostel, people automatically think, fights, drugs, blah, blah, blah. But they haven't been in the circumstance, they haven't come in and seen it for themselves. They don't understand what it actually is like. And it is amazing. I never thought the hostel would look like this. It is really nice.
If you say to someone, I'm from the hostel, and they've heard bad things, they go, you're just one of those little bums that don't want to do anything. It's well, no, we're there for a reason. We can't help the reason we're there.
People always think because you live in the hostel, girls especially, if you move into the hostel, you're a slag, you're a slut, everyone buys you by because some of the girls that have lived here have been known to have a reputation. So as soon as you move into the hostel, most girls are everyone's they live in the hostel. But then you just think, do you know what, I'm not. So you can say what you want, but it's your own opinion of me. Don't bother me.
We're not all bums. We don't all sit about doing nothing. We do go out and work. Maybe not all of us, but some of us do.
Don't get the wrong impression of people that live in hostels, because we're not all the same, and we're all not as bad as everyone makes us out to be, because we're all just a little family in here.
So that's us. We're not looking for sympathy, we just don't want to be judged or written off. Believe in us.
Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, it ain't easy. Oh, it ain't easy. You've got your life, you sort it out. All anyone ever does let us down. But now we're changed, we're in this place. We've got love and we're happy days.